We good?
We're good.
And 3, 2. Welcome to YAFI. You asked for it.
YAFI.
Where you ask us questions and we either give you our opinions or our stance on what it is, or we just give you the direction of whatever the question is. We have a question this week.
All right. Here we go.
And it's a good one.
All right.
Movie voice Dave comes out.
All right, here we
you
go.
should ask it in movie voice.
Yeah.
Trailer voice.
Here's the question.
Coming this July.
Coming June. Does God's purpose for us change over the years?
Hot and breath.
Or is it always the same? Proceed.
Sorry. You're going to have to
The
read
question
it again
is,
normal.
nobody got that?
Okay.
I got it. It obviously changed.
Coming soon. I'm sorry.
No, just normal.
Does God's purpose for us change over the years, or is it always the same?
It's a good question.
That is a really good question.
Who wants to start?
I will.
Of course.
Shocker.
Do you want to end too?
Could I?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
God's purpose for our life never changes in the fact that he knows what he wants us to do the whole time. But what he wants us to do changes with our age, with our if you are a mother of small children, your purpose is going to be different from God's perspective. Your purpose is going to be a little bit different than when you're a grandmother. And of course it changes as our age changes, as life changes, it changes. But ultimately his plan for our whole life never changes.
Macro purpose never
Macro
changes.
Never changes.
How that plays out.
Changes.
Well, I think it was his original purpose for us never changes. Like, you don't go like, oh, wow, I had this plan for Dave, but, the world changed, so I got to change my
Better
mind.
figure out something else.
Yeah, God
wasn't caught off guard by Dave's
God's
decisions.
never caught off guard. He knows what he wants you to do before you were ever born.
Thought I could pull a fast one on him.
But that what he wants you to do changes. I know that, in our role changes. I know that God's purpose for my life is different today than it was when I was 40. Absolutely.
Would you say, so when I first heard that question, I initially thought, okay, well, I think God's purpose for every human being can be funneled down into two things. Know him, help other people know him.
Yeah.
So would you say, I don't know if it would be the right thing to use your purpose changes, just the application.
The how to.
The how of the
Yeah.
purpose changes.
How you're used.
Because if you're a mom of young children,
Right.
well, your purpose is still to know God and enjoy a relationship with him and help other people. Just you're probably going to be more focused on your kids than if you're a grandma, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the what doesn't change, the how
Just
changes.
the how, the application.
The method.
Yeah. Or the detail of the what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the macro what doesn't change.
Okay.
But the details of what to do changes.
Yep. That was definitely my answer.
I think that God wants you to be a worship leader right now. I do. That's just my opinion from an outsider looking in. It's your calling and everything. But when you're 68, his purpose for you in the greater mission is
Well,
going
he
to
might still be. It'll just be up at Ecumen.
might be.
Geriatric worship leader.
But as I've seen people age, I've seen it more than you guys have. I've seen God's purpose for them change.
I don't know. I'm caught up on the word purpose.
I think that's the thing. I think are we looking at the macro purpose? And I think for me, I just think the purpose is for us to have a relationship with God and for us to share that with other people. And for me, when I look at that question, it's the how to, like, how is God going to use me to do those things? I think that part changes, but the overall, God is always trying to use us to
Could it
reach
be
others.
that the person asking this question meant, does God's role for us change?
Now, if that's the question, absolutely it
Then
does.
Now,
yes.
if that is the question,
Yep.
which I assume it is,
Maybe.
then our role definitely changes through life.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Dave's purpose is to know God and draw people, but his role right now is to do that through leading worship at a local church.
Yes.
And as a parent, we're trying to help our young kids. And as a grandparent, your role is quite different. In
Your
that.
role is to give donuts and candy.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it works.
And it works.
And to be their favorite.
So if donuts and candy works for like kids, because you just talked to the youth, we should call them something different than youth. I don't.
Well,
that word
students
sounds old.
is what we used to call them, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure that works either.
They don't like that word.
I'm not sure. And like third graders are students
Right.
too.
And college students.
Students. Okay, so youth and students are both. If you know what to call them, tell
Let
us.
us know.
Let us know.
But so if donuts works for youth, what works for adults?
Well, cocaine does, but not everybody wants to
Oh, okay.
wants to be addicted to cocaine.
Okay. What within legal boundaries?
Oh. Well, that would depend what state you're in.
True. So in Colorado, we should
don't
use
know.
weed.
How about we're all different individuals? Generally speaking, money always works.
Yep.
So if we give money out at the door,
TVs.
Would you
TVs
bribe
work.
somebody to come to church?
yes.
I would all the time. Oh, for sure.
Would what?
Bribe somebody.
Oh,
I'll give you money if you'd come to church once. Not everybody, but I've done that to people.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it ongoing,
No.
not all the time forever, but
I think everybody needs to come once or twice and then make up your own mind.
I've done it now with money, but I've done it. You know, like, hey, you owe me a favor.
Come to
I've
church.
got an idea how
There
you
you
can
go.
repay that favor.
Hey,
hey, remember when I helped you move?
Yeah.
It really works on Mother's Day. Moms say, "Oh, you know, I'd really like you guys, my children, to come to church with me," and it works.
Mother's Day is big attendance for church. Father's Day is
Low, yeah.
low.
Yes.
Yeah. Christmas and Easter also work well for that exact same thing.
And which one better, Easter or Christmas?
Christmas.
Think so?
Yeah.
Depends what day it falls on.
Yeah, if Christmas falls on a Sunday, Christmas trumps church.
Yep. Nobody will come to church. Not nobody, but less.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Did we all get our 2 cents in that question there?
I think we did.
So yeah, I think our role does change through. If we're going to use the word role, then yes, our role changes, but
Purpose
the
does not.
overall macro purpose doesn't change.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Cool. All right. Well, hope that answers your question. If it didn't, you can also
You know how to
respond
get a hold of us.
with a clarification. This is what I meant.
Yeah.
And if you think of anything else, feel free to put the question down on this video. That's what the previous one was from. It was from a video. Or you can contact at accesschurchonline.org. You can send an email. You can hit us up on Facebook. There's lots of places you can reach us to get a question in there.
I have a question.
Oh boy.
Could somebody call a phone number and ask?
We got time.
651-674-7531.
There's that. You could do that.
We've never mentioned that once.
Phone call.
Can you
Extension 701 will go right to him.
Yep.
Just so you know,
I think so. I don't know.
nobody answers that, but you know.
You can
I
also
answer mine.
You can also snail mail it in, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
P.O. Box 75,
North Branch, Minnesota. 55056.
That's one way. Let's see.
We've never
Catch
accepted
somebody in the
pigeons
lobby.
yet.
Or smoke signals. No.
Catch somebody in the lobby and just ask.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also a great thing. If you're here on a Sunday, just find one of us, ask us the question.
If you ask me, I'll answer it right there.
Yeah. No.
So,
So don't ask him.
Great.
Don't ask him.
Then we don't get to make an episode with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You'll just have an episode with Kevin. If that's what you want. I mean, he's here. He's available. But we'll see you next week.